ang sabina laban kay Guo Haping alias Alice Guo, Zhang Mier alias Sheila Guo, at Cassandra Leong. Haharap kayo sa hatol ng batas. Sheila Guo, the Senate's contempt order on you is lifted, and I direct the OSAA to transfer your custody to the Bureau of Immigration, pursuant to the mission order issued by the Bureau against you. May I ask the committee secretary momentarily to acknowledge the resource persons and administer the oath to those who haven't taken it yet. Nung nakaraan pong hearing, sinabi natin na magtatanong ang mga hindi pa nakatanong nung nakaraan. Pagkatapos ng chair at pagkatapos ng ating Senate official, ito ay sina Senator Villanueva. Ito ay sina Senator Villanueva. Pagkatapos ay in order of arrival na sina, pagkatapos ng chair, mauna si Senate President Pro Tempore Senator Estrada, and then kasunod nga si Senator Joel, si Senator Sherwin, Senator JV, at Senator Roy De La Rosa. At ito pagkatapos nga ng chair. I will ask each of my dear colleagues to keep to 15 minutes each per round. I will try to keep my questions brief to give more time to others. And I would also like to gently ask my colleagues to respect this sequence. Salamat po. Comsec, paki-acknowledge ang resource persons.
Good morning, everyone. The committee would like to acknowledge the presence of the following resource person. We have from the Department of Justice, we have
I'm
Undersecretary...
sorry, Comsec, may I momentarily interrupt you? I need first to ask my dear colleagues kung meron po kayong mga opening statements. Senate,
Madam Chair, just quick,
yes, before the opening
intervention.
statements.
Madam Chair, I saw in the news yesterday that the shareholders and incorporators of Zunyu 1 and Hongsheng were surrendered to the NBI after the issuance of the warrant of arrest by the courts. These are namely Roderick Paul Pujante, Juan Miguel Alpaz, Jemelyn Cruz. Jemelyn Cruz is the president of Zunyu 1. Then Thelma Borogo Requiro, she's the president of Hongsheng. Then the other incorporators are Rita Iturralde, Rowena Evangelista, Rachel Carreon. May I inquire, Madam Chair, if these personalities were invited to this hearing, considering that some of them were issued subpoenas in the past?
Thank you, Senator Sherwin. When we ask the COMSEC to acknowledge our resource persons, please include if these individuals, Mrs. and Mrs. Pujante, Alpaz, Cruz, Requiro, Iturralde, Evangelista, and Carreon, some of them covered by subpoenas, were indeed invited, and if they are present. After the opening statements, COMSEC. So, opening statement, please, from Senator Joel.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. First of all, let me commend Your Honor's initiative and passion to not just unearth the truth, but also to address and recommend solutions. So congratulations, Madam Chair, and to this committee, dear colleagues. Let me start by saying truth begins in lies. Ang katotohanan po talagang magpupumiglas sa patong-patong na kasinungalingan. Kaya po si Guo Haping alias Alice, you may have created a web of lies, the perfect script, pero kahit ano pong galing na magpaikot ng mga individual na ito, kahit balibalik na rin pa ang mundo, mas malakas ang puwersa ng katotohanan laban sa kasinungalingan. Na ipagpatuloy nyo lang po yung ganyang storya dahil maliwanag pa sa sikat ng araw na may mga padrino ang POGO at may mga nagkakanlong sa inyo at sa mga individual na kasabwat ng grupong ito. May dalawa pong dating commissioners ng Bureau of Immigration ang nakulong dahil sa bribery. Ngayon, may nasibak na sa pwesto na dating BI commissioner dahil hindi niya nagampanan, di umano, ang wasto at tama ang kanyang trabaho. Maging po sa ating kapulisan, nakakalungkot man isipin, kahit usap-usapan lang sa Intel community, wala naman sigurong masusurprise kung hindi sangkot ang mga kapulisan natin, maging ang mga dating opisyal ng PNP. Bakit nga po ba parang hindi nauubusan ng salapi ang mga tao o grupo sa likod ng POGO? Dahil hindi rin po malayo na may international mafia sa likod ng lahat ng ito. Tandaan po natin na bagamat nasa Pilipinas ang operasyon ng POGO, may mga foreigners po o foreigners talaga sa ibang bansa ang mga suki nito. Ang labis na ipinangangamba po natin ngayon, Madam Chair, ay ang mga nabibiktima na local government units na infiltrate na ang Banban, nakarating na sa Suwal, sa Porac, Pampanga, sa Cebu, etc. Hindi pa po natin alam hanggang sa ngayon kung ano-anong mga LGUs ang mga infested na ng mga POGO. Anong mga LGU pa kaya ang nahawa sa POGO pandemic na ito? Na-file na po natin yung Senate Bill number 2752 o ang Anti-POGO Act. Pero kahit, Madam Chair, maisa batas po ito, kung hindi naman natin mapupuksa ang pinakaugat ng POGO at matunton ang puppeteer nila alias Alice Guo, babalik at babalik din po tayo sa kasamang dala ng POGO. Madam Chair, this is the reason why we are all here to address and resolve the gaps in our laws. Let me remind everyone, unang-una, klaro po na dapat nating paigtingin ang mandato ng ating mga ehensya upang suriin ang mga bagay na nasa kanilang jurisdiction. Halimbawa, ang Philippine Coast Guard na nagsasabing hindi raw nila sakop ang pre-departure inspection ng mga pribadong sasakyang pandagat. Kailangan pong matakpan din ang mga loophole kagaya nito. Gayon din ang PSA sa pagtanggap ng delayed registration of birth certificates na madali naman palang malulusutan. Isa sa mga naging daan upang magawa ang napakalaking krimen at kasinungalingang ito. Pangalawa, Madam Chair, nais po nating bigyang pansin ang kahalagahan ng pagkakaroon ng isang tinatawag na integrated database ng ating mga ahensya. Yung pong alam ng isang ahensya, dapat po alam din ito ng ibang ahensya. Yung mga katulong nila na nag-iimplementa ng batas. Nakakalungkot nga, Madam Chair, because before I made my opening statements, I asked if we were able to get the protocols on how they develop their thought process, Madam Chair, para malaman kung ano yung posisyon nila. Madam Chair, ikatlong pagdinig ko nang binabanggit ito, ngunit hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin pong nagsasubmit. Huli at pinakamahalaga, Madam Chair, that I'd like to raise ay yung pangangailangan na paigtingin po natin ang batas at parusa, lalong-lalo na sa mga opisyal ng gobyerno na nagpuprotekta sa mga illegal na gawain. Hindi na po nila iniinda, Madam Chair, yung perpetual disqualification at dismissal. Kaya hanggat po may mga magpoprotekta sa mga kriminal at sindikato, nakakalungkot, babalik at babalik din po tayo dito. Maraming salamat, Madam Chair and dear colleagues.
Maraming salamat din, Senator Joel. For his opening statement, Senator De La Rosa.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My opening statement is all about the official statement coming from the Council of Chiefs, which I am a member, Madam Chair, if I may read this statement.
Please proceed.
The Council of Chiefs, 8th floor, State Center 2, Ortigas Avenue, Mandaluyong City. The Council of Chiefs, composed of former chiefs of the Philippine National Police, strongly condemns the irresponsible statement made by retired AFP Brigadier General, now a senior PAGCOR official, Raul Villanueva, during the Senate investigation of illegal POGOs last September 17, 2024. Villanueva claims that based on unvalidated information and rumors circulating within the intelligence community, a former PNP chief helped in the escape of former Bamban Mayor Alice Guo and is also in the POGO monthly payroll. This is a sweeping accusation which maligns and brings dishonor to all of us, former chiefs, who have dedicated the best years of our lives in the service of the Filipino nation. Although we are now retired, we continuously uphold our integrity to the highest standards and our solemn pledge to serve and protect our country and people. As a retired Brigadier General himself, schooled in the Philippine Military Academy's tradition of producing an officer and a gentleman, it is incumbent upon himself, in the interest of transparency, fairness, and justice, to identify this rogue former PNP chief to clear the names of those not involved. However, if the information turns out false, after validating the report, we hereby demand a public apology, no less, from the same officer. Signed, General Renato S. De Villa, Chairman, Council of Chiefs. Police General Edgar B. Aglipay, President, Council of Chiefs. Madam Chair, I'm going to make my questions during my time, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator De La Rosa. Maitatanong din naman natin yan during this hearing. Hindi lang yung integrity na pinaka-importante at nandun nga sa statement, pero yung perception of integrity din na importante din. So, if there are no other opening statements for this hearing, i-reiterate ko lang at slightly correct yung sequence ng mga magtatanong pagkatapos ng COMSEC on the resource persons and the oath and the chair's first questions. Following the chair will be Senate President Pro Tempore, Senator Jinggoy, and then those who were not able to ask last time, Senators Joel and De La Rosa, and then Senator Gatchalian and Senator JV. And
Madam
yes,
Chair,
during the hearing,
Madam
we
Chair.
will also follow up on the protocols.
Madam Chair, with your indulgence, just
Yes,
like to,
Senator
before we start, just like to ask if Mayor Feliciano, ex-Mayor Feliciano is around.
Salamat, Senator JV. COMSEC, please include the status of Mayor Feliciano as resource person in your acknowledgement of resource persons and administration of the oath. Salamat, COMSEC. Salamat, Senator JV.
So the committee would like to acknowledge the presence of the following resource person. From the Department of Justice, we have Under Secretary Nicholas Felix T., Assistant Secretary Francis John Tejano. From the Office of Solicitor General, we have Assistant Solicitor General James Lee Condangan. From the Philippine National Police, we have Police Colonel Isagani Fetesanan. From the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, PNP, we have Police Colonel David Poklay. From the Philippine National Police, Police Major General Romeo Karamat. From the Provincial Director, Pampanga PPO, we have Police Colonel J. Dimaandal. Together with Mr. Alex De Leon Boraga. Then from the Department of Interior and Local Government, we have Undersecretary Romeo Benitez. From the Department of Transportation, we have Assistant Secretary Hector Villacorta. Then we have Undersecretary Gilbert Cruz from the PAOK, together with Director Winston Casio. Then from the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, we have General Raul P. Villanueva. From the Anti-Money Laundering Council, we have Attorney Adrian Arpon. Where? Okay. Nasa gallery.
Please join us at least in the gallery, Attorney Arpon. Please proceed, COMSEC.
Then we have Attorney Arnold Cabanglit, Attorney Mary Catherine Mendoza, Mr. Jason Padilla, and Mr. Kevin O'Malley. From the Bureau of Internal Revenue, we have Attorney Tobias Arcilia. Where are they? Saan sila? Okay. Then Attorney Edgar Alan Reyes. We also have the former Commissioner Bureau of Internal Revenue, Bureau of Immigration. We have Attorney Norman Tansinco. Then we have from the National Bureau of Investigation, we have Attorney Angelito Magno, Attorney John Mark Santiago. Then we have from the Securities and Exchange Commission, we have Attorney Hale Oliver Labayo, from the gallery, ma'am. Attorney Famela Lorraine Ramos. Okay. From the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency, we have Deputy Director General Francisco Ashley Asedillo. From the Philippine Statistic Authority, we have Attorney Eliezer Ambatali, Ms. Emeline Macario, Mr. PJ Cayaba. Oh, okay. Sino? Then, yes, later on. From the Philippine Statistic Authority, we have Attorney Eliezer Ambatali, Ms. Emily Macario, Mr. PJ Cayaba. Then from the Manila International Airport Authority, we have Ms. Maria Lourdes San Juan Reyes. Okay. From the Maritime Industry Authority, we have Attorney Dem Thomas Redonia. From the Philippine Coast Guard, we have Captain Oliver Tanseco. From the Philippine Navy, we have Captain Aldrin Montalvo. We have the executive assistant of Mayor Calugay. We have Ms. Cheryl Medina. We have with us Attorney Elmer Galicia. We have Mayor Lesildo Calugay of Sual, Pangasinan. We have Councilor Rainier Rivera, also from Municipality of Bamban, Tarlac. We have Sheila Guo, alias Shangmir, Miss Catherine Cassandra Leong, Mr. Xiao Shoki, Mr. Xiao Long. We have Yang Jian Sing, also known as Tony Yang. We have Miss Caroline Batay. Madam Chair, we invited the former Mayor Jose Antonio Feliciano, but he sent his regrets, telling us that he has a prior commitment. Then the Secretary of, we invited Ms. Geraldine Pipito the last time she was here, and she also sent her letter regrets. See, Ms. Geraldine Pipito, Secretary of former Mayor Alice Guo.
What is the reason behind her non-appearance?
As per her letter, she is experiencing an on and off fever since September 22. So she will not be able to attend. From Ms. Catherine Ong, she sent her regrets, saying that she will undergo her regular checkup because she undergone a breast operation. So, Catherine Salazar. We sent an invitation to Miss Garly Santos Macaranas, the one that was mentioned during the last hearing. She sent an invitation, and I already provided to the honorable senators a copy. Madam Chair, as regards Roderick Paul Pojante, Juan Miguel Alpas, Miss Jaylene Santos Cruz, Telma Barogo Riquero, Rita Oiturralde, Rowena Evangelista, Raquel Joan Malonzo Carrion. We wrote the National Bureau of Investigation because these people have been detained at NBI, and we received a letter from Judge Santiago, if I may read.
And before you read the letter from Director Santiago of NBI COMSEC, aside from these 5 persons, pati ba si Mr. or Ms. Puhante at Alpas kasama dyan sa letter?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
please proceed, COMSEC.
Yes. Okay. On September 23, 2024, the undersigned received a letter from this honorable committee requesting the attendance of the following individuals to the scheduled hearing today: Rachel Joanne Malonzo Carrion, Rita Sapno Iturralde, Thelma Barogo Larangan, Rowena Gonzalez Evangelista, Jaylene Santos Cruz, Juan Miguel Alpas, and Mr. Roderick Paul Pohante. The above-mentioned individuals were subjects of warrant of arrest issued by the Regional Trial Court Branch 167, Pasig City, with criminal case number 24-20-2544-CR-48CR. The said warrants of arrest returned to the NBI on 23 September 2024 at 3:45 p.m. At present, the physical custody of the above-mentioned accused is with the Security Management Division of the NBI. This bureau immediately coordinated with the Regional Trial Court Branch 167 through their official phone number regarding the request of His Honorable Committee as evidenced by the attached letter. The undersigned will immediately inform this Honorable Committee of any development regarding its request.
Yes, salamat, COMSEC. Yes, Senator Sherwin.
Madam Chair, thank you for the update. Paalala siguro ito, Madam Chair, sa mga resource persons natin na mas maganda pang mag-attend ng mga hearing natin, mabigyan sila ng pagkakataon magpaliwanag ng kanilang nalalaman, ng kanilang side, dahil pag tumakbo na yung kaso, in this particular case, makukulong sila. At alam naman ho natin yung hearing ng isang kaso, tumatagal ho yan. No, kahit na ho magsalita sila sa media na wala silang kinalaman dahil narinig ko ho sa media, pero nakakulong na sila. So napakaganda po, paalala lang ho sa ating mga resource persons na itong mga hearing na ganito, isang pagkakataon to para mabigay nila yung kanilang nalalaman at tumulong sa komite, makahanap ng katotohanan. Thank you for the update, COMSEC. And may I know, COMSEC, if we invited Mr. John Michael Mayrong. He is a central figure to the different Alicel corporations.
Yes, Your Honor. We sent a letter invitation to Mr. John Michael Mayrong of Alicel Fish Farm through LBC, but the people there in the address did not receive the letter. They refused to receive the letter.
And what is the reason for the refusal?
According to the courier of the LBC, they just don't want to receive it.
Madam Chair, with that unacceptable reason, may I move to subpoena Mr. John Michael Mayrong. He is, again, as the central figure or a central figure to the discussion surrounding the different Alicel corporations, Madam Chair. We saw in the documents that his name is present in many of the corporations related to Alicel.
Hindi. Ano siya?
There is a motion to subpoena Mr. Larangan. I'm sorry.
John Michael Mayrong.
J.M. Mayrong, duly seconded. So ruled, COMSEC, paki-issue yung subpoena laban kay Mr. Mayrong. And point very well taken yung sinabi ni Senator Sherwin dun sa ibang invited resource persons, some already covered by subpoena, sa pag-absent sa hearing na ito. Lalo na dahil, gaya ng binanggit ko kanina, patapos na ang mga hearings na ito. Kumbaga, nagsasara na rin yung window of opportunity sa mga resource persons. Magpakita dito to honor the invitation or lalo na to honor a subpoena at magsabi na ng totoo. Kumbaga, pa-last chance na magsabi ng totoo sa komite in aid of this investigation. Comsec, to follow up, anong status ng imbitasyon natin kay JP Samson?
Madam Chair, we sent a subpoena to Mr. Samsung, and it was received by his driver, and there's no reply from them.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes, SP Pro Tempore.
Yes, according to our committee secretary, Mayor Feliciano declined the invitation because of a prior commitment.
Yes, sir.
And I think that is totally unacceptable to me and the committee. I move that we issue a subpoena, and if he does not honor the subpoena, issue a warrant of arrest right away. I so move, Madam Chair.
There's a motion to subpoena former Mayor Feliciano, duly seconded, and so ruled. Comsec, please issue the subpoena against former Mayor Feliciano. Hindi po talaga po pwede na medical excuse na hindi naman urgent din, no? So I address this to those already mentioned na nagsasite ng medical reasons at pati kina Ms. Geraldine at Ms. Catherine. You will be invited to the next hearing dahil mukhang posible talagang may isa pang hearing kung madami ang sakit-sakitan. Do not fail to heed that subpoena of the committee.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
if I may
Senator Joel.
just ask another question to our COMSEC. So, si G and Kath are both absent today. And it appears, Madam Chair, na package di lagi silang dalawa. But anyway, yung isang question lang that I'd like to raise is to confirm the status of this representation's request from the very first hearing to the last hearing and this time about the protocols of the different agencies. Did you get anything from any agencies?
Thank you, Senator Joel. Comsec, I'll ask you to answer the question of Senator Joel. Pag natapos na natin yung tungkol sa resource persons at yung pag-oath take nila, but that is, binanggit na rin ng chair kanina, isa yun sa mga substantive na pending pa, no? Yung protocols sa pag-imbestiga na hinihingi sa ating mga investigative and law enforcement agencies. Regarding JP Samson, he sent a letter to the chair citing a medical condition that prevents him from actually standing up and coming here, lymphedema or lymphedema. So we can have him on Zoom, pero haharap pa rin siya sa komite at the very least sa ganung pamamaraan. And last but not the least, at this point in time, tungkol kay Ms. Garly, may sulat po siya addressed to the chair through the COMSEC and sent to the members of the committee appealing, acknowledging receipt of the invitation and appealing or begging not to face the committee in public alang-alang sa kanyang dalawang minor children. Pero nag-signify siya na very willing to personally appear before the committee members and talk with us in confidence, and hoping that we would give her the chance to talk with us face to face. We will definitely require that of her, alang-alang lamang sa kanyang 2 minor children, pero kailangan humarap siya at sumagot sa mga tanong ng committee members, even if in effect, an executive session.
Madam Chair,
So,
just
Senator
a very
Joel.
quick administrative matter. With regard to the mentioning of Baliwag Lechon Manok, Madam Chair, because the wife of our dear friend, City Mayor Ferdy Estrella of Baliwag, informed us that after the name JP Samson was mentioned, it was mentioned in the committee that he is the owner of Baliwag Lechon Manok, and he has no role, official or unofficial, in the operation of the company. In fact, the founders and current owners of the company are Edgar Dwight and Dolores Salcedo. And the company's SEC papers, as well as its official social media pages, will bear this out. And if there are no other individual here who can contest this information, may I move also to strike off the record that JP Samson is the owner of Baliwag Lechon Manok. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Well noted, Senator Joel. At kung wala ngang magko-contest dun sa manifestation na iyon, so ordered, COMSEC, we will strike out the mention of owner of Baliwag Lechon, but proceed to have JP Samson's participation in the hearing, kahit man lamang sa pamamagitan ng Zoom, since he is physically unable to stand up and come here. So, yes, Senator Sherwin.
Madam Chair, may we request from Mr. Samson an official medical certificate to substantiate his claim that he cannot attend the hearing physically? I was conferring with our committee secretary, and she mentioned that there was no transmittal of any medical certificate to substantiate his claim. So may we request from him an official medical certificate to that effect?
Thank you, Senator Sherwin. We will certainly do that. A medical certificate from JP Samson's doctor. The chair can also. The chair will also provide to the committee members yung sulat ni JP Samson, pati photograph nung kanyang sarili, no, yung kanyang pangangatawan, plus the medical certificate. COMSEC, paki-communicate kay Mr. Samson, we require that of him.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes, SP Pro Tempore.
Thank you, Madam Chair. May I know from the COMSEC if Mayor Kalugay and Cheryl Medina submitted their respective salins?
COMSEC, please reply to the question of the SP President Pro Tempore just after you finish administering the oath sa mga hindi pa nakakapanumpa, because that's an important substantive matter for the hearing. Salamat po, SP Pro Tempore. And please make that of record right after you administer the oath, COMSEC. Please administer the oath now.
May I request those who have not taken their oath during the previous hearings to please stand up. Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
COMSEC, patayuin yung ating, yes, I think the counsel of Mr. Yang Jianxin,
Sabi mo
aka
tumayo.
Tony Yang, has instructed him. So the other resource persons, please, who are here for the first time and have not taken their oath, please stand and take the oath with the COMSEC.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Please state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to this committee. Thank you. You may now take your seat.
Thank you, COMSEC. Ms. Carolyn, I think you're here as the interpreter. Could you kindly translate to the resource persons what they have sworn to, so that they know what their obligation is to this committee?
刚才我们宣誓的是，就是我们在听证会的时候要说出真相，所有的真相。
Salamat, Ms. Carolyn. All right. So I will ask questions first to Yang Jianxin, or Tony Yang, or Antonio Maestrado Lim. Mr. Yang, kailan po kayo dumating sa Pilipinas? When did you come to the Philippines?
请问杨先生，您什么时候过来菲律宾？
我大概是在1998还是1999年？
That was around 1998 or 1999.
So 1998 or 1999, you have been here for a quarter of a century or 26 years.
所以你在这里大概有26年了，是吧？
哦，大概25、6年了。是。
Yes, that's correct. Around 25 to 26 years.
Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa kayo marunong mag-Pilipino?
你到现在还不会说菲律宾语吗？
大家樂比賽咪kunti ganyan.
Yes, Tagalog, Bisaya, only a few, a mix of everything.
Ganyan din yung sagot ni Michael Yang sa amin nung Family Investigation. Sa tagal na niya dito, hindi pa rin marunong mag Pilipino o Bisaya ng fluent.
Madam Chair,
Anyway, yes, SP Pro Tempore.
maybe we can ask Senator Gatchalian to confirm if he is really telling the truth.
We'll let the interpreter do her job, Mr. President.
I agree, Senator Sherwin. Thank you, Senator Sherwin and SP President Pro Tempore. So, Mr. Tony Yang, you confirm that you are a Chinese national? Kinukumpirma nyo na Chino ang nationality nyo? Your mic, please, Ms. Caroline.
您确认你是中国籍吗
我确认
？Yes, I confirm.
You confirm. So, do you also have a Philippine passport?
那请问你也有菲律宾的护照吗
我没有菲律宾护照，没有。
？I don't have a Philippine passport,
You
none.
don't. I heard differently. Do you have a Chinese passport?
那你有中国的护照吗
有中国护照。
？Yes, I have a Chinese passport.
You have a Chinese passport. Ito po, ifa-flash ko ngayon, birth certificate po ninyo. So, at ito birth certificate nyo dito sa Pilipinas. Late registration rin. O, nirehistro po ito sir, noong 2004. So, just 15 years, 16 years after you arrived here. Ibig sabihin, 34 years old na kayo nung na-register ang birth certificate nyo. You recognize this?
请问你能认出这个出生证吗？
因为这个出生证我也不懂得英文哦，就是当时好像我来这边差不多应该2-3年了。当时我爷爷他不知道怎么样，去哪里弄来给我，是我爷爷弄来给我的。
Okay. I actually could not understand English. What I remember is that when I was here, when I was 2 to 3 years old, it was my grandfather who helped me come up with this birth certificate.
You were not here when you were 2 to 3 years old, Mr. Yang. Sabi nyo dumating kayo 1998 or 1999. And then 2004 pa itong rehistro, 34 years old na po kayo. And then now you're telling us it was your grandfather who late registered your live birth. So it looks to me, Mr. Yang, the birth certificate is fake. Remember, you are answering under oath. Miss Caroline, please.
我们的参议员说，就是因为这个出生证，它的日期它并不是在你2-3岁才出来的出生证，所以这应该是假的出生证。
Your mic, please.
这样，因为当时我爷爷吧，他弄给我，我也不知道，应该就是为了要做生意比较方便嘛，应该是这样吧。
That during that time, it was my grandfather who helped me come up with this birth certificate, and I'm not sure. Maybe he did this for the convenience of the business here.
Similar story as Guo Huaping, similar story as revealed by the SP Pro Tempore about Cassandra Leong. We will ask the Philippine Statistics Authority to investigate if, like theirs, your Philippine birth certificate is also irregular. Dahil lumalabas, the birth certificate is fake. Mr. Yang, sabi nyo nga, you are a Chinese national, sabi nyo wala kayong Philippine passport. Ba't kayo nagpapanggap na Pilipino? Miss Caroline.
你刚才说你是中国籍，然后你也说你没有菲律宾的护照，那你为什么要说你要说自己是菲律宾人？
啊？
你为什么要说自己是菲律宾人？
因为我当时我外公嘛，他弄给我哦，我刚来也 也不大懂得他弄这个给我是为了什么。我自己在想，应该是为了我留在菲律宾这边发展做生意吧，比较方便嘛，应该是这样我自己想的吧。因为当时他弄给我，到现在也好像有20年左右了，我也反正就一直就是这样的，这样用着。
Okay. During that time, it was my grandfather who helped me process this birth certificate. I am not aware of this. Maybe he was thinking that it was for my convenience so that I can build a business here.
Ano ba talaga ang totoong pangalan nyo, Mr. Yang? Let me show you yung ACR application form nyo. O, pinafa-follow up ni SP President Pro Tempore. Ano bang totoong pangalan nyo, Mr. Yang?
请问你真正的名字全名是什么？
我
是
杨建新，
I am Yang Jianxin.
Yang Tianxin, as I read from your nameplate. But look at this, tingnan nyo Ito yung ACR application nyo. Diyan, Yang Tianxin nga kayo. Pero merong ding LTO, Driver's License Application. Papakita din po namin. Dito naman, pangalan nyo, Antonio Maestrado Lim. Ito pa, Taxpayer's Identification Number application. May TIN pa. So ito, sa mga Pilipino, dito naman, iba na naman ang pangalan nyo. Antonio Lim. So alin sa mga ito ang totoong pangalan nyo?
请看我们刚才给你出示的这些驾驶照，还有这个交税的号码。那这里有说您的名字就是 Antonio Maestrado Lim， 还有一个就是 Antonio Lim。那请问您真正的名字是什么？
真正的名字
是的。
我自己也不大清楚。 但是我知道，就是说叫安多尼林安年，可是恁个里是阿个，我家的都因比马路龙安年，比如，就是我自己对这个英文嘛，我也不说也不准，但是就是大概就是叫安多尼林这样，我知道那个。